You did. Come. There. Look. Okay.
So currently there is the main dungeon. And then this is where the main slaves were actually kept. So we are just looking forward to meet the tour guide who is actually going to take us through the main process of being here and also the informations. So it's actually in sessions, as you can see. We have this session and also the session over here. There's also another session. So there's another session of it all. Like you can see, people actually came here to pay homage to, you know, our ancestors. As you can see, people actually came here to pay homage, and these are some of the flowers that shows that they actually came to pay homage. I think they are going to the female dungeon, so I just have to look sharp and also follow them. So this is where our ancestors were kept. You can see some other foreigners around us. Sorry. Sorry.
Viele hundert Menschen ausgestorben sein müssen.
So this was actually unveiled by Barack Obama, the former president of the United States of America.
Dead bodies were buried all over here. This courtyard was a cemetery, but for the British, because I indicated that when some of the captives died, their bodies were dumped into the ocean. But the British had this as their cemetery. The courtyard was excavated. When the excavation was done, only 4 graves had marks. 1 African grave, 3 European graves. The African buried here, Philip Kwaku. Philip Kwaku was from Cape Coast. The name was Kwaku, born on Wednesday. The father of Philip Kwaku was a middleman, one of those Africans doing buying and selling of slaves. It's that Philip was awarded scholarship by the church to study in Britain. Philip attended Oxford University. They ordained Philip, became first African to be ordained a priest of the Anglican Church. They brought him back, worked with them for 15 years as a teacher and a pastor in the church and the school. He died 17th October 1816 when he was 75 years old. And I indicated that slave trade was abolished here 1833. He died 1816, meaning he came or even died before slave trade was abolished. So Uncle Philip was preaching the gospel upstairs. His fellow Africans were dying in the dungeons. And can you believe that every 17th October, the Anglican people, especially those in Cape Coast, celebrate him. They come here, surround the grave, say prayers, lay flowers on the grave in his memory. Last year they came. Hopefully, in a few weeks' time, they will come. So those of you be around, you can join them. Yeah, the very first grave here for a soldier with very ironic name, C.B. Whitehead. Whitehead was a lawyer by profession who joined the military. He died here July 1812 when he was 38 years old. Letitia Elizabeth London was the wife of George MacLean. She came here to visit George, but she died just 2 months after she arrived. Rumors, gossips had it that malaria parasite killed her. At this as when she came, George was having a girlfriend from Accra called Miss Ellen Banham from Osu. When Letitia heard that, Out of jealousy, she poisoned herself. Others are saying the girlfriend, the African mistress, poisoned Letitia. So to date, we don't know what to killed her, whether it was parasite, homicide, or suicide. She died in 1838, she was 36. George McLean came here around 1830 as administrator. He designed a bond known in Ghana as the Bond of 1844. It's a bond which paved way for the establishment of British colony in Gold Coast for 100 years. He was the architect. Then Governor Commander Hale, with 8 fancy chiefs, Ghanaian chiefs, signed the bond on 6th March 1844. Gold Coast, now Ghana, became a colony to the British. So see, the British were our slave masters, became our colonial masters. Ghana is still a member of the British Commonwealth. I don't even know what at all we get from the Commonwealth, because the Commonwealth games are never played in Africa. Malaria killed him, 1847, he was 46. So see, Philip the African was 75, the Europeans 38, 36, 46. Malaria. They were harvesting rainwater from the roofs of the castle. They reserved the rainwater here, and the captives were those who were dependent on the rainwater, drinking, cooking for them. When the British picked some of the female captives to abuse them, to rape them, they fetched water from here for them to shower before they took them to their bedrooms. But they dug wells in town, water from underground, like boreholes. They were depending on those wells, rainwater here for the slaves. Each one like this can hold about 3,000 gallons of water. We still fill them with pipe-borne water. We pump, we fetch water here when our taps are not flowing, for painting, for cleaning, and doing other stuff like that. So we still use these water systems. Any question? Let's see one and only original door left.
Any question? Ask the question. Ask the question.
One and only original door left. One and only original door left here. And the door before us is over 200 bad years. This door is over 200 years. And it's made of wood and metal, pitch pine wood. To make it more stronger, they coated the wood with metal plate. Cell. But this is not an ordinary cell. Condemnation cell. Not a wet room of no return. Short ones, watch your heads. Tall ones, walk straight. This room was a storeroom. So you can see there was a door here. When it was a storeroom, the door was there. When they wanted to use the room as a cell, they then closed the door. And those captives, wanted to fight for their freedom, the freedom fighters. But they were seen by the British as stubborn or rebellious ones. But one thing we shouldn't forget is that they suffered for too long. And when man is suppressed, oppressed, depressed, or repressed for a long time, one day you fight back, explode. Those who tried to escape and were caught, and those who constantly fought them, could be 2, 5, or 10. They will chain all of them together, push them in. They will lock them up with first door, second door, third door. The doors were 3. Wow. No light, no ventilation, meaning no oxygen, no food, no water. 2, 3 days, maximum 4. They will die. Sadly, when they locked the doors, they made sure all of them died before they opened. I mean, even after 3 days, when they open, see 1 or 2 still alive, they will shut the doors again till the last person is gone. So see, if I'm here with you and if you die before me, the only thing I could do is to sit or lie by the bodies with the chain on the ankles or my ankles, waiting for my turn. And if any of you died on the first day, no, by the 3rd, the 4th day, after they will bring in some of the male captives for the bodies, gather all others at the courtyard. Those who come in for the bodies, they will instruct them to go show the bodies to those gathered, for them to see what they did to those they brought here. So they were killed here, they were murdered here for no offenses, just that they wanted to fight for their freedom. That is why the Romans called contamination cell. They pushed them in alive, took them out.
Very strong building. Good on.
See where they are before a living. Let's see where the British, after making sure Africans were firmly locked up in the country, spread their hands. Making some of the
Ja. Wie kann man das mit einem Gewissen vereinbaren? Ich glaube, es ist einfach wirklich so.
So we're now heading towards the where the British were actually living, past the blacks or the Africans were down here fishing. The negative side of life. The building to be strong. Wow.
Vor allem das Ganze unter dem Namen der Kirche und dem Namen von Gott. Die überlebt haben und jetzt hier. Deshalb ist es nicht bei Europa. Obwohl diese ganzen Leute im Namen der Kirche auch. Ja, das ist das macht mich auch echt traurig, dass es einfach hier so.
Palava Hall. Palava Hall. Palava. Palava for the meaning. Palava is a Portuguese word which means confusion or trouble. The British adopted same palava, but the palava meant to bargain, negotiate. But in Ghana, palava is a sauce. So we also have palava sauce in Ghana. So palava to the Portuguese confusion, to the British to bargain, to the Ghanaian sauce. And this is where the buying and selling took place. In fact, the slave market is bigger than the church. meaning where they were making their cash was more important to them than where they claimed worship. There were doctors, nurses, merchants, company representatives right here. The merchants, the companies who set their tables, and on their tables, what will you even see? You just see guns, gunpowders, mirrors, fabrics, liquor, tobacco, knives, sugar, and all that. Those captives brought in by middlemen and other individual slave raiders were those who were first brought here for examination and auction. You know, there were some greedy, very, very greedy Africans who were also raiding for their fellow Africans, selling them to the Europeans. But some of them were not brought here at all because they were not purchased, they were not bought. Rather, they were kidnapped, deceived by the Europeans themselves. When they had these ones, they sent them into the dungeons straight away. Sometimes, the European companies sent their local agents to go inland to some of the slave markets, like Salaga. Salaga is in the northern part of Ghana. Salaga is where they had the biggest slave market at the time. They bought captives from there when they brought them straight into the dungeons. But those brought in by middlemen, like our own Uncle Philip Kwaku's father, who was a chief called Obrim Ponkojo, but those were first brought in here for examination and auction. So this was the slave market. Any question? No, we renovated, we refurbished this hall nicely, and sometimes we rent this hall out for meetings, for conferences, for workshops and things like that, not for birthday parties. For workshops. And sometimes
new form of literature, you know?
Maybe. In a very positive manner.
So those who are exposed here.
More valuable than those who were sent to the dungeons.
Oh, those who are students and those who are after the vision to the dungeons. So the first auction,
For the thing in the
before the vision.
They were the ones that were sold legally, right?
I don't know,
No, because you said somewhere even up.
Yes.
So these ones they were like slaves that were owned,
Yes.
and they were sold.
Some of our own African chiefs, Islam leaders. George McLean's living room. McLean's Hall. McLean's Hall. McLean's Hall. McLean's Hall. Captain George McLean is one of those people buried downstairs. We talked about him. As we discussed, he was here as administrator. McLean was appointed the president of the Committee of British Merchants. So he became the leader of all the slave buyers here. McLean designed a bond known in Ghana as the Bond of 1844. McLean again a cheating husband. McLean again became a judicial assessor, like a judge. Established first European court in Gold Coast. The court existed in here. That is why they named this hall after him. So this is first court room in Ghana. So plans are underway to establish a court museum here. I think that would be very nice. Tiles here, original tiles. So about 300 years also.
About 300 years old house. Yeah, the white. Nice shows. Nice shows. I guess some nice shows. Good day. Good day. They make a give some nice shows. Stay there.
Governor's residence. Governor's residence. And I believe we are all feeling the natural is here. Yes, very cool up here. We're in the living room. One governor at a time. The Europeans were not coming with their families, nor their wives, nor children, because of tropical diseases killing them. They named West Coast of Africa White Man's Grave, Abrofundem, because some of them arrived here 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, they died. But you know, because of the 3 G's, they were still coming. You know the 3 G's?
No.
Gold, God, glory. But some few days ago, a man suggested we should make it 4 G's, and add greed. And even say greed should be number 1. And I think I agree with him. So you can say 4 G's: greed, gold, God, and glory. So they were still coming. So one person, or just one person, occupied this hall. And this hall is bigger than a chamber in the dungeons for 200 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 windows. Compared with the dungeons, 200 captives, 3 holes. Just half a window is bigger than the 3 holes in the dungeons for 200 people. The bedroom is right there, 5 windows. 5 plus 9, 14. There are 2 windows here, making 16, but about 3 doors. So they stayed upstairs, enjoyed the awesome breeze. Africans, landowners, were held underground for sometimes no ventilation, like the condemnation cell. Let's see the bedroom. Bedroom. And from the bedroom you see Fort Williams. Fort Williams. The one up on the hill, the red top. Something like the ball on it. Can you see that? There is what? Fort Williams. You can see from any of the videos. Fort Williams, aka Lighthouse. Built around 1820. Fort Williams built around 1820. There's another fort, but we cannot see the other one from here. The other one is called Fort Victoria. Fort Victoria. And these 2 forts were built not as slave posts. These ones had no slaves, unlike most of the forts. These were built to protect this castle. Both forts are built on top of hills. Soldiers up there, so far, they saw enemies, pirates, coming first before soldiers at the barracks here. When they saw anything like that, they gave the information here using signals, lights, flags, and muskets, bearers. The signal, especially the flag, the color, determined the kind of information. So there's communication room downstairs, meaning there was no MTN, no Telecel or Vodafone, no Wi-Fi, but there was WhatsApp.
What's up?
So yeah.
Communication. The soldier was meant to be here to be picking signals from the fort. So this
kind of like a lookout.
Yeah, it's kind of local. Communication. You pick two small window there, you will land, take a signal from the 40. Take a signal.
TV.
Every time.
What is the TV up here?
Like away.
What? We finished?
No, he said we could take pictures there.
Yeah, I don't want to end my lesson.
Okay, you get.
Portrait.
Yeah, but I don't want to stand this way. I don't want to make my legs self come.
Do some action.
There is the come.
Yeah. But take one picture.
I made the camera child for phone and feel.
Carry this phone in. Oh, I don't want to cut it into. Oh yeah. Yeah. Can picture.
Sure. Look in here. It's a phone trying to camera.
But you know, you shouldn't talk. Yeah,